Hi everybody, it's Kara, and I wanted to share a new little technique I tried out. If you guys have watched my videos for a while, you may have heard me mention the fact that I am, or have been, kind of having a little bit of a problem of finding my crafty mojo. And the other day I just thought it was kind of silly because I have all of these things on Pinterest I want to try. I am a subby on all these different blogs, and I don't ever really try some of those ideas. So it just happened that a couple weeks ago I had seen a blog post, I think by Holtz, using these stencils, and I gave it a try and I had a ton of fun, so I thought I would show you kind of how it turned out. And if I can find the original blog, I will link it down below because of course he made an absolutely fantastic tag out of it. I did want to mention that this technique is not always going to turn out perfect, and I'll show you what I mean here in a minute, and it might actually happen when I do this. This is definitely something that I would say is kind of more mixed media like, meaning you kind of, you know, put the ink on and do your thing and you kind of get what you get to a certain degree. And I'm just going to show it to you and you'll kind of see what I mean. So basically you take any stencil that you have, but of course I'm going to use one of the Holtz ones since this was something I saw on his blog, and you turn it over and use the back side, and then you take some distress ink. I'm going to use this mini distress ink pad in the black soot just so that hopefully it shows up a little bit better on video. And you basically kind of dab the little mini ink pad all over the place. And of course you can use multiple colors, which I've done in the past. I'm just sticking to one color right now for the sake of the video. And I do, of course, have my little craft sheet down because otherwise you'd be making a huge mess on whatever surface is on your table or work area. So you just kind of make sure you have enough of it on there. And because I'm me, I have to pick this up and clean the underneath up before I move on. I just wipe it off with a little wipe. I can't, you know, my OCD kicks in and I can't have that ink laying there. And then because it's wet, I want to wipe it off. Sorry guys. And then you just take a little bit of water and you spritz it on the ink that you just laid down. And it obviously just kind of depends. You have to get a feel for this on how much ink you want to put down. But you get, or sorry, how much water you want to put down. And then you take your piece of watercolor paper. This is cold pressed watercolor paper. I want to say it's 90 pound. It's really pretty thin. It's a cheaper version. It's anything too expensive. And you're going to take your stencil with the ink side now down and lay it on top of your watercolor paper. And of course you could do whatever size watercolor paper you want. Mine is 4 by 9 if I remember correctly. And then you just dab off any extra ink that might come off, kind of pressing it down on your watercolor paper. And you can see I've been doing this for a while. And then the fun part is when you lift it up to see kind of what you got. And I didn't really get too great of an image this time, but you can kind of see it. Now, I think he used his heat tool on his. I've done that as well, but because I'm doing this video, I'm just going to kind of dab off the excess. And then, of course, you can use this for the background on a card, a mixed media project, whatever you want. It's a pretty simple technique. And I have several to show you. So here is a little bit better look at that honeycomb in a red. And then this is the striped tag. These are all, of course, one color, but then I went ahead and did a few that were different colors, like so. This one is actually kind of like a second printing. I just added a little bit more water. This is the first printing of that. So you can kind of see you get kind of a watercolory looking image. This is that ruler one, which didn't show up too great, but it's kind of got a few really cool little images in there, and I think these would all be really great kind of background type things on different projects. I'm actually thinking I'm going to use this for my tag swap over at Art and Sassy. And then I have a few that I just kind of wanted to show you that I made before. Here's this stencil, and then there is this one. Very, very cool Harlequin kind of pattern. And I have a few that have this pattern on it. This is one of the Diane, oh my goodness, You guys know who I'm talking about. It's from Dilutions. I'm sorry, I cannot remember the name, but this is one of those stencils, and this turns out, this is like my favorite. I think it turned out really great. Here's a little piece of another one that I did like that. And then a couple like this. And then this one. This was that lace tag that he had, so you can kind of see it really didn't turn out at all, but it's kind of a cool little background. So as you can see, you get kind of a wide range of results with this, but I think ultimately they are a lot of fun and will be great for, like I said, the backgrounds on cards and other mixed media projects. And I actually am going to have a couple cards posted on my blog that you can see that I made from some of these backgrounds. And in addition to that, hopefully in a day or two, I will be back with a tag that I created for the Swap Over to Art and Sassy in case you're interested in joining that. So if you have any questions, no, I kind of ran through this. Hopefully I will find that blog and post a link down below. If not, it was on the Tim Holtz blog and you can kind of go over there and check it out. I want to say that he called this stencil printing, if I remember correctly. So again, if you have questions, leave them down below. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're having a great day wherever you're at. Bye, everybody.